show is sponsored by HiveMind CRM. It is more than just a CRM. It is a real estate and business mastermind that comes with an all-in-one CRM. You can have unlimited websites and users. You can call, text, RVM, and email all in one user interface. And you can set up custom automations for any type and multiple businesses. 65% of companies start using a CRM system within the first 5 years of business. Once implemented, the HiveMind will save you on marketing, give you more time, and make more money. One of our users had his first $100,000 month using our system in June. We want to see you automate and accelerate your business. Text us at 210-972-1842 for future meetings, and of course to get our $1 course on how to make more than 6 figures on one land deal. You can schedule your free demo today at hivemindcrm.io.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Anthony. Welcome to another episode of the Hive With Us podcast. My name is Anthony Gaiona, and I'm a land flipper from San Antonio, Texas. My partner is in California. His name is Daniel Martinez. He runs the back end of our real estate company and the HiveMind software. Today, we have an amazing guest. His name is, you might know him as Manny Cash. Manny is the perfect story of somebody who comes into this business as a brand new person, puts in the hard work and dedication, and now he's a superstar. You got a million views on Facebook on one of your reels.
Yeah, that was one of my videos went viral and got a million views on it. Yes.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I've been watching those videos, man. That's really cool to see you on there. And
Thank you.
I think sharing the content, man, because I feel like a lot of gurus, they have like a paywall, like pay me 10 grand and I'll teach you the game. So I think there's something very valuable about what you're doing. You know, you're just like helping people, sharing a little bit of quick, brief content, and then bam, Facebook pays you for it.
Yeah, because I got a philosophy, Anthony. Well, by the way, Daniel, Anthony, thank you for inviting me here to the show. It's always grateful to be part of this and put the content out there, and of course my story. But touching base on that, I have a philosophy of, if in 30 days I can help 30 people at least add a 1-2% value in their life, that extra 30 days, that 30% that I add to those 30 people, I believe it will come back to me somehow.
Mhm.
Somehow, I'm not expecting anything from those 30 people, because I know God will reward me somehow in my life, in my business, and my personal career. So that's how I, like to look at things. Of course, when it comes to more deep, in depth, like, oh, hey, a whole program or a mentorship, yeah, that's different. But if I have the chance to at least add one more time, 1% or 5% value to somebody that needs help, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
That's amazing, man. I got that vibe from you, and I think that I didn't even know. I've never even heard you say that, but that's kind of
I never said that before.
there you go.
Yeah.
You get that energy, man. That's dope, and the universe, God is paying you back for it. Me and Daniel, we have the same philosophy. Like, we're just helping everybody. We don't even know if it's coming back or not, but like it always seems to come back. Like we're usually pretty blessed.
Yeah, it's one thing that the producers always produce and takers always take. So if you're producing something good in the world, something always comes back from it, and there's always something. You never know that measure of what you're actually gonna do.
You never, and you guys, I'm sure you have experiences with other people you've helped, where you just never know where it's gonna come from. Mm-hmm. You never know where it's gonna come from. You don't even know what the size is gonna be. Sometimes it's like, dude, it was just a small thing that I did, but then the reward was like, 20x. You're like, oh wow, that's a blessing. So.
Yeah, and it feels good to give it. I like that quote that says, whoever said money can't buy happiness has never given enough away.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah, it's good. It feels good to give it, to be able to give and produce more. What's that quote, Daniel? There's another one too, where it says something about like the people that always take, or they always need something, and the people that always give always have it to give, or something like that.
That's in the Bible. That's actually in the Bible. He who has will always receive, and he who doesn't will be taken away from him. Something like that.
Ooh, man. Yeah, I got to find that. We got to find that scripture, dude. I love that. I'm going to put that on the back of one of my shirts.
Yeah. And when you do, like, it took me a minute to understand it. Because dude, where I come from, where I come from, but how I got here to the United States was just a whole different 360 in my life. So I didn't have anything to do when I first came here, and so it was hard to man, when you don't have it, you're like, you're like this.
Yeah.
And then after, I saw that phrase and I read it and I actually started thinking. Now when I started getting it, I'm like, makes sense. He who
How
has
long you
go ahead.
how long you been in the U.S.?
9 years and 4 months.
9 years. That's amazing. I'm
April
just
April 6, 2013. That was the first day I put a foot in America.
Why don't we do a little background real quick, like maybe just like a 10-second background. So tell us where you're from, what brought you here, and then how you got into real estate, and how you got to where you are now. Can you give us a
Awesome.
summary?
I'm gonna try to summarize that in 35 seconds. I'm from Venezuela. That's where I'm from. I was born and raised there. For those of you guys that don't know, I like to specify because some people are like, what? Where's Venezuela? So it's both Brazil next to Colombia. That's where my country's at. Um, was born and raised there and grew up there until I was 17 years old, 16, 17. Then I flew all the way from Valencia, which is where I'm from, to Chicago in April 6, 2013. I lived in Chicago for about 2 years. And then, when I came here, it was by myself. I didn't come with my mom. I didn't come with my dad. I just came by myself. I didn't have no friends, no family, little to no money. Had $1,000 in my pocket. I learned English within 3 months, 4 months. I was already, speaking and understanding. After that, I just worked my way up, dude. I did everything and anything possible to, to get a dollar, as a, waitress to painter to handyman to anything, cable guy. And then
Damn.
being a cable guy was what got me to my first opportunity, my first venture here in San Antonio in 2015. I was 19 years old when I had like a little office and I have a little team that I'm training, and I was under this businessman that had a big contract with when it used to be Time Warner. So, anyways, after that, for a year or so, I did that, and then I got into sales. I used to sell little devices in the mall, the kiosks.
Yeah.
Those guys that will stop you and trying to sell you something. So that was me. Um, and dude, that was a blessing. That was a blessing because when I found that I was good at it, like I was like, man, I can talk. I speak Spanish. I speak English. Like I was younger. I was like 21. I was like, okay, I can sell. So and I was selling just $100, $200 product. That was the average, right? And dude, back then that was like, wow, I can get $200 for somebody like within 5-10 minutes. That was a dude, my brain was just going nuts, right? Because I'm like, wait a minute, if I can get $200 for somebody within 5-10 minutes, how much more, But of course, adding value, like the selling something, like how much more can I do, right? To trade, to exchange, and that's when the 10x mindset came in place. I'm like, hey, why don't I just 10x this and the commission? Why don't I make my commission bigger? And so that's when 2018, I was 22 years old. That's when I jumped into real estate. And I came across Mike and Charles and HBHS, man. And then since then, I never looked back. Took me 8 months, just for the records here, took me 8 months to close my first deal. It was painful, but I learned a lot. Learned how to be patient. I learned a lot. I learned about myself. I learned that, you know, and those 8 months, I saw so many people coming in and leaving the business because they just couldn't, sustain themselves. They things happen, right? Life happens, and they just quit. But then I was the only one that just stood to it. And then 8 months later, boom, hit the first contract. What's a great deal. And then after that, dude, I just never looked back. And so 4.5 years forward, here I am now owning my own company and doing fix and flips. I have Airbnbs, moving up to multifamily, and yeah, so
That's crazy. It's amazing to see. Like I hope that if you're an immigrant, you hopefully get some value from that. If you're not an immigrant, somebody can come into this country and really make success out of that. And I think one thing me and Anthony really want to hone in on is that we're both minorities in ourselves and really want to uplift minorities as a
yeah.
whole. So it's amazing to hear that 9 years. It's been a crazy journey.
You and when people tell me sometime the other day, I got a comment. It's like, oh yeah, because you got lucky, you got into real estate. I'm like, dude, it's been 9 years. It's been 9 years, bro. Like, I don't even count the real estate years. I count since the moment I came. Like,
Yeah.
it was like I switched it. Like, it was a whole. Okay, I'm here now. Like, what's up? I'm in America. Like, I'm in the best country ever existed in the world. I gotta take this opportunity like seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like I took it personal. Like, man, I know people back home, they don't have the opportunity to be here where I'm at. So I took it too personal, and that drive me to like, okay, I'm gonna make the best out of it. And in 9 years, I mean, I'm proud of myself, and I made my family proud, and I know I'm doing a good job on it. So,
dude, we're proud of you too, man. Yeah,
thank you.
we've been watching you since the beginning, dude.
Thank you.
So I always like to ask people, that come on the show, because we do have a lot of our audience is newer, right? Investors. So that's why they're coming joining the mastermind, trying to figure out like how can they get in the game, what takes them to the next level. And then of course we have a lot of people on our team that are just animals that are, buying in the millions every month.
Yeah.
But I always try to just gear it a little bit towards a beginner, especially when somebody who's already gone from that beginning stage to more, advance in this business. Can you talk about a little bit about what that curve looks like? Like what takes a person from just getting involved in the game and struggling to being able to start to get more consistent deals over time and distance? Like, what do you feel like the catalyst was for you, where you went from just getting started and maybe struggling to getting where you are now? Can you kind of walk us through that?
Sure. And what I always say is this: number one, we have to have a why, right? We have to have a why on why we're doing this. Real estate, it's a great business, and real estate has a different avenues, fix and flip, wholesale, buy and hold, and why not? But if you're going to get into real estate, you can start doing wholesale. Ask yourself, why am I doing it? Right. So are you doing this because you want quick cash and then you want to move up to something else? Are you doing this because you really want to build something out of it? So your why, right? And why are you doing it? When I say also, are you doing it for yourself? Are you doing it for your family? Are you doing it because somebody's depending on you? Like in my case, is my family, right? That's my why that I still have back home. So once you find your why, the next step is just be consistent and stick to one thing. When I say be consistent and stick to one thing is, Anthony, in those 8 months, I was doing everything and anything possible to get a deal. I'm talking about I was doing driving for dollars. I was doing band design. I was doing mails. I was doing letters. I was doing door knocking. I was doing hangers. I was doing call calling. I was doing everything. But what happens is we only have 24 hours a day. And then us as a human being, we only have enough energy, right, within ourselves. So I was spreading out too much energy and little too many different things. So what I tell people now is what I did was in those 8 months, I want to say in the last in month fifth for those from month fifth to the eighth, I just stick to the phone. I didn't do nothing else but just calling and stick to the phone and master my craft and just hit the phone every single day for 8 hours straight. Dang. So when I focus my whole energy on my whole hours on one thing and being consistent at it, then I started becoming successful. So the answer is whatever you're doing, if you're starting out in the business, whether it's driving for dollar works, right? But just stick to it. Stick to it. If you're going to do SMS with HiveMind, make sure you just stick to SMS and get good at calling people back and making offers and building rapport, right? If it's calling, send in. So stick to one channel until you master it, and then you start, hey, I'm going to go ahead and hire to do this. I'm going to go ahead and delegate this part. I'm going to go ahead and delegate to this other part that now I know how to do it, but I want somebody else to do it for me. So that's my answer to that.
Dude, that's beautiful right there. I don't think I could have summed it up better than that. Yeah, I see that all the time. People come into this business and they're jumping from this. Well, that didn't work. I'm gonna try this. That didn't work. Yeah. I'm gonna try this. So that right there, and that was a gem right there.
Thank you.
I think everybody needs to pay attention to that. If you're not where you want to be in your business, yeah, please pick one thing. So cold calling, man. I know it takes a lot of nerve to do that. So I guess that's why you said you got to have your why. You got to have that focus.
You have to do cold calling. Dude, I've seen so many people fall on it because it's just it messes you up, dude. It can really mess you up, dude.
Hurt your feelings.
Yeah, if you're not bad, and I'll be honest with you guys. If you're not tough, girls or guys, if you're not tough mentally and emotionally, it will bring you down at the end of the day. That you're gonna get home to your wife or your girl or your husband, and you're just not gonna be want to talk to him because you're just drained, right? But if you see it like I saw it, I don't do it as much because I had people in Mexico doing it, and I have a person here as well. But when I was doing it, I saw it as a sport. to me was fun. To me, it was just a sport because I played soccer my whole life. So to me, it was a repetition of numbers. So I will call, let's just say 100 people's a day. My goal was to get 100 no's, right? And by the end of the day, if I get 100 no's, I was still gonna be happy. I was still gonna be okay. Well, I at least accomplished my goal. So for me, I reversed engineering and I switched it to where my brain doesn't see it as like, oh man, like I'm getting no's, I'm getting rejected. It was the opposite. Like, okay, let's go. I want more. I want more of that. I was using that negativity to feed my why. So
that was
I'm really gonna hit on that too, because your goal was to get 100 no's. It wasn't even the yeses.
No, it wasn't the yeses. And Daniel, the reason why is because see, and I read this in the book. I gotta give credit to Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy, for those of you guys don't know, he's the OG. He's like the old Grant Cardone, and in sales, right? So he said that every salesman, when they start at a job and when it has to do with sales and negotiation, they always jump in on the seat and the phone with what expectation? I want to get a yes. I want to get a yes. So what happens is your energy right out of the gate, you're already like hype. You're like, oh, you're expecting that, right? But let's be honest, sales is 85% negativity.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it is, right? So if it's 85, 90% negativities, you're gonna deal with more negative stuff. Why don't you use that to fill you up for that extra 20% that is gonna become positive? So on call 50, you may get a yes. Guess what's gonna happen to you? Like, yes, I got a 50 check mark. Literally, bro, I will check. I always have a pen and note here with me, and I will check it. Oh, call 50, I got a yes. All right, call 75, boom, I got a yes. So I found out that out of 100 no's, you will get about 5 to 6 yes along the way. So those are the little KPIs in there.
Dude, that's genius again, man. I like the way you did that. You kind of turned it in on itself, right? And I've come from a pretty rough background too, man, and I struggled a lot in life. And I did have to play a lot of mental games with myself. I mean, a lot, so it's like, if you can find little hacks like that, like to make, okay, my goal is to get a yes, but I'm not worried about that. I need to cut through 49 no's.
Yes.
That's a whole different ballgame, because you're seeing, as you're checking off those no's, you're checking your boxes, and you're visually seeing that you're getting closer to your goal. Mm-hmm. So that's insane, man. That's another badass gem. That's dope. Yeah, I love it.
Yes, sir.
Cool, man.
So what's it like kind of operating, because now you're doing multifamily now, so what's the transition like for people that are doing maybe land or houses that want to make that transition to multifamily to bigger assets? What's that look like?
Sure. So I still do my, I call my single families are like my bread and butter, right? Those are like the everyday money, but when it comes to multi, I remember my first deal about 2 years ago was the fiveplex here in San Antonio. Was decent, and then it was an eightplex, and then now we have this one, 13 doors. I've dealt with 36 doors, and why not? But the difference is, Daniel, it's really the same thing. It's just numbers, right? You're just dealing with that more savvy investor, right? That they own, they bought that property to make cash flow. They bought it to get an ROI on the back end. The conversations, to me, and everybody that does multifamily will tell you this, the conversation between a single family owner to a multifamily owner, they're just, the multifamily is a lot nicer because they understand where most of those people started like you. They started calling, then they started sending mails. So they understand your hustle. They understand your grind. They just want to know straight to the cheese, bro. How much you going to offer me? What's up? What do you need? You just got to understand, okay, income, expenses, right? And at what cap rate are you buying that property for? So like I'm right now, I'm telling you all this deal. I got this deal in Laredo where once a year live, let me know, it's a 20% cap rate, dude. You don't find this every day.
How many doors?
It's 13 doors.
Damn. So, are you gonna keep it or what? Are you gonna flip it?
So right now I'm selling it, but if nobody, I have like about two people looking at it from California, one from Hawaii, and 2 from San Antonio. And they're running numbers by this weekend. We should, hey, we locked it up or not. But either or, I'm keeping this one because it's like, bro, it's making $100,000 a year. It's a no, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's a no-brainer. You don't find those every day. But the way you evaluate those, Daniel, is like I said, it's income minus expenses, NOI, purchase price per door. Simple as that. So, and that one I'm selling, this is how much is selling that one for $485.
That's a good deal, man. Send that one to me, man. I might get that one off you for real. Yeah, anything that's a good deal in multifamily, man. If we don't buy it, we already got it sold. Like literally, like as many as you can find. Yeah,
I got you. I'll send it to you afterwards.
Yeah, there you go. We got a deal on the air.
Yep. So Daniel, for those that want to get into like, hey, man, I'm doing single family and I want to start getting like land, like you guys do, like huge. Like when I talk to Anthony, like, bro, we got like 1,000 acres. And I'm like, what the heck? How you did that?
We just contracted 115.
There you go, like, dude. But the difference, and you guys it's just the way you look at the deal, bigger numbers, and the way you negotiate. You got to be creative. I know, Anthony, you told me the other day, you go with some creative stuff. I'm like, wow, that's really brilliant, right? You just creative, right? But it's at the end of the day, everybody's trying to accomplish something. The seller, whether they're selling at 1 door or 20 doors, they're trying to accomplish something. Is where's my money, and how are you gonna give me my money? Whether you're buying 1 acre to 1,000 acres, at the end of the day, they want to know how are you gonna give them their money and when are we closing? That's it. If you can't accomplish that to the other person that you're dealing with, and you help them understand, hey, look, this is how you're gonna get paid, and this is how we're gonna buy it. And if they understand that 100%, I promise you that most likely you negotiate. You start negotiating with people. You start dealing with more deals, because that's just sales 101. Simple. They want to know how they're gonna get paid, and if they trust you, that's it.
Have you come across any owner finance deals in the multifamily space?
Most of them have been cash. Most of them has been cash. Yeah. Most of them have been cash.
I don't know. It's like the always like the if you can get an owner finance deal in multifamily.
Yeah, it's like a go for it. Yeah. I may pitch this one that I have to on switch it back to the dude that I have it, and offering a little bit more, but on terms.
So, yeah, that's kind of our go-to now, man. It's like, so we're going to give you a cash offer and a terms offer. And then now we're even moving into some novation stuff too. So now we're going to have 3.
Yeah, novation is doing good.
Yeah. We're putting it together. We were kind of doing novations before it was even a thing. We didn't even know what it was called.
Really?
So now we have the documents now.
Good.
So yeah, something we're going to move into, man. I think giving those 3 offers, staying strong and solid in that. Another question, man. So now you're now you're more advanced. Now you're working on bigger deals, multifamily. I agree with you. I think I actually enjoyed negotiating bigger deals. It's better because a lot of people stay away from those deals. They avoid them. So I'd rather talk to those people because they've been hit less.
Yeah.
So I agree with you there. So now can we talk a little bit more about your organization? So now where you are now, what does your company structure look like? You have callers, VAs, in-house guys, employees. So how are you running your office now?
Yeah. Right now, I like to stay lean since I branched out and I opened up. It's simple. I got 3 people in Mexico. 2 of them are lead generations. All they do is just generate leads for us via the phone. One of them, I promoted him to be a hybrid. So I'm so blessed, and he knows this. His name is Sergio. He has been the best lead generator person and closer already. So he's already closing deals for me, bro. Like he's closed already like 5 deals. All I had to do was just send the contract, or if so, maybe just walk the property. That's how good this dude got. Like I gave him access to the MLS. I gave him access to props. I gave him access to like my whole podium, my whole business. I trust him. I'm like, bro, here you go. Manny, I got this deal. I got this lead. I'm running the comps. He understands the terms ARV. He understands the terms MAO. He understands all the terms like any American here in the United States, that does the business like you and I. He understands it. So it's Sergio as a hybrid, lead generation and closer, and the 2 VAs that are just calling and bringing leads for us. And then I got Dispo, Elizabeth. She's hybrid too. She does her own deals. She's a beast at getting a lot of like big deals, like package deals. So we just sold. The first one was a 4-pack. Then she sold a 9-pack. So she's focusing on like those little package deals.
Like 9 houses.
Sorry?
Like 9 houses? Okay.
9 houses. 9 houses at once. All of them at once. Yeah. So that one was like a million something at 1.2, something like that, here in San Antonio. And so she's the beast when it comes to like this point. She's got a good clientele the investors. She also gets a lot of deals because she's an agent as well. So she does a little bit of both around the retail side and then the off market side. So and then she does dispo and acquisition as well. And then I have one new guy that he's starting now as an acquisition. And of course, myself here, in the back end, making sure that, okay, the people in Mexico are doing their job. And then, of course, Elizabeth, she knows what she's doing. She said, hey, we got this contract. Boom, wrap it up, send it. So that's it, dude. That's my operation. And we've been doing good since we opened up in February, about average about 5 deals a month. So.
Damn, that's a lot of deals, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Consistency, man. How are you marketing and generating the leads? Is it just through cold call right now?
So right now, my main thing is call calling. That whole is always been my main thing, call calling, and then of course SMS with the high mind. I send SMS, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really do nothing else. I tried some PPC. I closed one deal, but man, it was I didn't see the conversion rate too good on it, so I stopped that one. And that's it, dude. Just calling SMS. And then, of course, Elizabeth, she does a lot of off market because she's an agent as well. So she does a lot of off market pocket listing. I network with a lot of realtors. So,
and I would say 90% of my business comes from PPC, man. So whenever you're ready to take a crack at that, let's run it for you.
Dude, I'm gonna have to reach out to you because yes, I want to go ahead and crank that up.
Yeah, that. Right now, we're looking to really scale up our pay per click, man. We're gonna go hard, real hard. Yeah, we're about to. I mean, I've tried everything too, and texting's been working fine for us this year. We went real hard on the texting, but yeah, for PPC is my bread and butter, dog. I'll never turn that off. I'm gonna be 100 years old.
So, again, I'm gonna have to, for real. I'm gonna take your word because I want to ramp that up. I want to, and I'm ready to like put some money on it.
It's so good because if people call you and they're just like, "Hey, can you buy my property? How much do you want? Okay, cool. We'll send you a contract."
Boom,
within minutes, dude. Like, oh, dang. Okay, yeah, because obviously these people are calling you because they're not getting beat up.
Right.
Changes the whole dynamic, bro. It changes everything. Yeah.
I want to get there.
Yeah, we're spoiled, dude. We're spoiled. That's why when we hit the phones, we're like, oh, no, we can't do this. I hired my nephew. Yeah, I hired my nephew. He was working 2 restaurant jobs. He's 22 now.
Okay.
And I was like, how much are you making? I was like, come work for me. And so, boom, he quit both of his jobs, came over here, and he's been here now for about 2.5 months. He's doing good, man. He's doing really good. Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, man. And look, guys, and this is a little parenthesis for all the audience that are watching this, that are starting out in wholesaling, starting out in real estate, and say, hey, man, I want to, because everybody see the big team, right? Like I came from the big team, right? HBHS.
Yeah, we love HBHS. I like Charles.
Charles the character. So that's like unique. Like those are very unique companies, and like their goal are just like be big, and it's cool. You want to be big, but in wholesaling, 4 or 5 people, you're good. Like 4 or 5 people, good people. You'll make some. You push some numbers. You'll start pushing some numbers. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I like to stay up, where I'm lean. Everybody eats, and everybody kind of like gets paid, and everybody is have a specific task to do, and it's just easier to control to me. That's just my opinion. So that's just as the close parenthesis for those of you guys that want to start this. You don't need just yourself has to be very well educated when it comes to your numbers, your negotiation, what you're doing, right? How you're making offers, and then start delegating those tasks to just few people that that they're gonna do the job. They're gonna get the job done. So
I agree with that, man. I think I like having a small team, but we have a core team. There's about 5 of us here in the office, and I feel like we're pretty good right now. Other people come in and come out. They come and go. But our main core team's about 5 people.
5 people. There you go. So yeah, I found out that too. The 5, it's a good, it's like I call it. I don't know if you all know what futsal, futbolito. Like it's the soccer. The soccer team is 11, right? But then you have that 5 and 5, right? So that's my 5. That's it, because it's faster. It's quicker. You score faster. So so that's how it's and everything. Because when it's 11 to 11, it's bigger. The field's bigger. It's just more things to run, and when it's 5 to 5, it's just boom boom, chest starts cranking up.
Yeah, I love that. You gotta have your little core engine, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people be like, "What the hell is this guy talking about?" I don't even know what that is. But if y'all know, if you're Latino, you play soccer, you know what I'm talking about.
No, hell yeah, dude. I believe in that. Let me ask you this, man. So, how do you find those core people? Because I noticed something. I noticed right away when I got into real estate. Is people come and go. They're there for a month, 2 months, and then they're gone. They go somewhere else 2 months, they're gone. So what does it take to find that core team?
Well, it all starts with you. It all starts with the leader. It all starts with yourself, what you believe on. Um, what are your core values? Because I'm also firm believer that you attract who you are. So, and it's hard, Anthony. It's hard. It's hard. You don't just find those people in the first shot. You gotta take a lot of shots. You gotta take a lot of people have to come and go to just, hey, this one it is and that one it is. Like, for example, my people, and I don't know if you noticed, but most of my team is virtual. It's only two in house and then three virtual.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then myself here, so three in here if you count me, and then three virtual, which is what, six. But really, those that I got virtual, man, it was a lot of turn and burn, and it's based on having a clear vision, on what you and your company wants to accomplish. Because, for example, I can hire Jojo, and Jojo say, hey man, but I want to do Airbnbs in 2 months.
Yeah.
It's cool, like if you have that goal, but that's not the company's goal right now. So if you're gonna jump on our boat, we all have to be doing this at the same time. Because if I'm doing this and then you're doing that, then we're just going different direction, and the boat is not gonna get to land how we expect it to get.
Yeah.
So it's having the clear vision, and this one, guys, take notes. I learned it from Enzo Ferrari. Enzo Ferrari, of course, the dude that built Ferrari. When he was building his company, I saw this on the movie and in the book. When he was building his company, he wanted the best engine. I guess, what is it? Producer, right? The maker, whoever builds the best engine. And by that time, whoever had that person was Fiat,
Okay.
the brand Fiat. And Enzo went to that dude personally to his house and said, hey, look, I want you to come and work with me. I want you to be part of this idea that I have. It's going to be the fastest car. It's going to be the best looking car. It's going to be red. So he pitched the whole vision. He pitched the whole, dude, we're going to be big. We're going to do this. But the dude was, well, how much are you going to pay me? And he's like, dude, I can't pay you what Fiat's paying you right now. But I need you to see my vision. See my vision. My vision is having the sexiest red car that could ever be out there. The dude said, you know what? I think I like that. But the mechanic guy was like, man, I don't have the balls to go ahead and talk to my boss and tell him that I want to go work with you. Enzo said, don't worry, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to him. So Enzo went and talked to the CEO of Fiat. Said, hey, look, I'm taking Daniel to kind of work with me. He said, no, he's not gonna go with you. You're not even gonna pay him what we're paying him. He's the top of the top in Italy and Italy. He was like the top of the top, highest pay. He's never gonna go ahead and leave us because we pay him the most. He said, well, I want to tell you something. He opened the door. He said, what do you think? Yeah, I'm leaving. They were like, how? I don't understand. How are you leaving? Like, how much is he paying you? He's like, he's really not paying me anything. How? Like, I don't get it. Well, the vision that he has, it's brilliant. Yeah. And then Enzo came and stood up and saw the CEO of Fiat and told him, hey, look, visions are contagious. Money is not. Dude, when I saw that, I'm always going to live by that, because I can tell you right now, dude, we're going to make $1 million tomorrow, and then what? Who gives a shit? Like, who really gives a shit?
Yeah.
Right? But if I tell you, Anthony, look, we're taking this right now. Let's look back in 5 years, dude, and we're going to be like the top of the real estate, buying all the land in the United States. We're going to be building huge commercial buildings. We're going to be doing this. You may think, man, this dude's crazy, but how is that even going to happen? But just the vision of me sharing it with you, it sparks something else than just the $1 million that I can promise you tomorrow. So having the clear vision, everybody on your team, I think it's huge. So
man, that
was worth the past like 10 minutes for everybody listening right there. That was worth the past 10 minutes. Like, that was amazing, because like it inspired me, because I think it's one thing it's really good to have as a business owner or a business leader, is to inspire, make sure everybody understands the vision, because it really portrays where they're going. And 100%. Like I'm agreeing with this 100% because we've dealt with this. Me and Anthony's dealt with it recently. We've had people trying to leave us for different reasons, and we just, hey, this is what we're doing. I understand if you want to leave, but this is what we're heading. You want to participate or not? And they've come on just for the vision, and it's not even about the money at that point.
Yep.
And it's crazy inspirational that story. That's why I didn't even want to interrupt it because I'm like, I've never heard this story before, but this is an amazing story.
Yeah, it's a true story. It's a true story.
Yeah, man, that is dope. I think about that a lot. You know, if you find the people that you want to work with, the people you want to be around. I already know, kind of like, I guess when we're not going to work with somebody, like, what's my cut? How much am I? And when they start going into the numbers, I'm like, this person doesn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just roll, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how you know you're heading in the right direction. So we're not working against each other.
And it has to do a lot, guys, with like, because we all entrepreneurs, everybody that wants to get into real estate has the entrepreneur mindset, right? That you want to invest, you want to be your own boss, you want to be able to have financial freedom, you want to be able to have time freedom. But dude, it goes a lot, and I can go days talking about this, man. It's not just that. It has to do a lot with mindset. It has to do a lot with preparation, education, action, risk management. It has to do a lot with for example, even though you all probably don't see me, I have a short temper sometimes where like, I just spark up quick when things just, hey, but as an entrepreneur, as a business, I gotta control that. So there's a lot of things that we have to keep working on ourselves, and then we keep growing. I'm sure you guys, you all, of course, older than me and been in business longer than me, you maybe can agree that, hey, there's things with the entrepreneur. You don't just, okay, well, I'm an entrepreneur, and then now what? No, it's a working process every single day, and a lot of failure, a lot of success, and you got to keep track. That's another thing. You got to keep track of your failure. You got to keep track of your success, and that's how I think that's when I find out when I got it. I got it when I say, okay, well, let me look back to a month and let me see where I messed up and where I did right. So when I'm putting all of them in one paper and I see, okay, no, I see it here. Oh, I see why I made $20,000 this month. Oh man, I see why I only make $5,000 this month. When you start doing those, comparison, now you start evaluating yourself. And okay, now I'm gonna tackle and keep moving forward and focus on what I did right. So, again, those of you guys starting out, you got to keep track of your failure. You got to keep track of your success, and it's a work in progress.
Yeah, man. I think that's something that's super, super important. Is also, like you said, to track the lows.
You have to.
I'm the kind of guy that, like, man, I'm switched on to the working position, and I cannot turn it off. To where, like, I need to tell if the wife wants to go on vacation, I'm like, just book it, put it on the calendar, I'll show up. Because I don't have those hobbies like, I'm gonna go hunting this weekend, I'm gonna go fishing this weekend. I'm just working unless somebody turns me to the off position. But for normal people, yeah, when you hit those lows, you got to account for them.
You got it.
How did I get here? Why did I get here? What did I do different this month than what I did last month?
Yep.
Right? So that's super, super important. We only want to track the wins, but yeah, you got to find out how did we get those L's? Where did they come from?
Where did they come from, right? And in some time, we'll be surprised that those L comes within our own limited belief or because we're on their own way. Like, that's so simple. I found myself sometimes like, dude, it was me. It was nobody else. It was me, right? And then now I know, okay, shake it off and like, come on, let's move up, right? Let's move up. Let's move up. Let's move up.
What is a quote that is yours or somebody else's that you resonate with?
When nothing is sure, everything is possible.
Ooh.
When nothing is sure, everything is possible. I live by that one, dude, because, for example, we're not sure if that deal, I'm sure. I mean, I always want to say I'm sure, but we're really not sure that deal, somebody's going to, oh, yeah, I'm going to help pull the trigger. But everything is possible. Somebody tomorrow can call me and be like, yo, bro, I'll take it off your hand. All we're asking, $30,000. Everything is possible, especially here in America. So that's why I leave us that, because when nothing is sure, everything is possible out there.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's really strong, man. I'll tell you, me personally, I don't know if it's a shortcoming in business, but it's just my personality. I don't really have like these quarterly goals or yearly goals. I don't do it. I tell everybody my goal is that everything that comes over home plate, I'm going to send it over the fence. That's my goal.
I like that.
And if I'm only hitting everything over the fence, and wherever we end up is fine with me. So
that's interesting. That's interesting, huh? I didn't expect it to be like that. I thought you were more the okay. Well, this is to this is what, you know what I'm saying?
No, I think Daniel's brain works like that.
I think Daniel is more like that. Of like, okay, this is our goal. This is where we at. This is what we're gonna hit.
Yeah, he tracks a lot of the numbers and a lot of the back end stuff. And for me, man, like I said, I'm like, I do a lot of like meditation and fasting. So I'm trying to stay in the moment. And for me, it's like, and this is why I tell everybody too. They're like, hey, do you have any training? Do you have any scripts? Do you have anything that we can go off of? I'm like, just get me on the phone with the seller and I'll do the rest.
And let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, because I already know, like, if you give me the opportunity, it's going over the fence,
nice.
No matter what.
Like
right?
That.
So, yeah, that's
I like to do it quarterly. Every time somebody asks me, hey, I do my goals quarterly, and I found out that's been working for me in the last few years. I started doing it quarterly. In 90 days, it goes by the 90 days rule. It works. It don't fail, at least to me. 90 days, a lot of things can get accomplished, and a lot of things can change, dude. A lot of things can change.
Yeah, your whole business changed in 90 days.
Yeah.
So where are you doing deals, and where can people send you deals?
Yeah, right now I'm doing deals when it comes to all over Texas. Multifamily is all over Texas because San Antonio is only a handful of them. So I'm targeting all over Texas when it comes to multifamily, anywhere from 5 to 30 units. That's my sweet spot. 5 to 30 units. You can send it to instaequity@outlook.com. And when it comes to single family, I'm local here in San Antonio. I'm actually flipping myself as well. I just bought a house in Von Army, dude. It's a great story. I know I wanted for the book. Nobody wanted to buy it. Everybody said there was no comp. The last comp was like 18 months ago. Hard money wouldn't land on it. I said, you know what? I'm gonna man up and I'm gonna buy myself. Bought it 100,000, put 35 in it. Boom, sold it for 190. Like 30 days closing, like that. So,
dang.
So yeah, flipping here in San Antonio, single family and multifamily, everything that has to do on Texas.
I like Von Army, man. That's my spot right there.
Yeah, dude. I don't know why the investor passed on that deal, dude. I'm like, well, I'm taking that one. Shit.
Hell no. We're looking at 5 acres in Von Army. Hopefully on Sunday. That's where my office is, where my dealership.
Okay.
Not the new office, but yeah. So I really love Von Army, man. I think that area is going to explode forever.
It will.
Yeah. They told me not to buy that building. My mom told me not to buy that building in Von Army. And I was like, no, I have a feeling the city's going over here. And then like not even a year later, they built like 1 million square foot Amazon right next to me.
Yep.
Yeah, so I feel pretty good about it.
Yep.
I'm pretty good. So where can people find you online, and where can people follow you? Because you're doing really good stuff on Instagram, right?
Yeah, man. Thank you. And online. Thank you. I appreciate it. Online, it's on Instagram. It's Manny Cash Flow. Manny Cash Flow. It's my IG. I'm always active. Any questions? I'm an open book. You guys want to ask me something or have a deal you want to look up, and or maybe JP a deal, you just send it over, and then we go from there.
Boom.
Yes,
man,
sir.
This was a really, really good call. I hope people found a lot of value in there, especially with the Ferrari story. That makes the whole call right there. I know we covered a lot, but that was my favorite part of it.
Thank you. Yeah.
I was excited for this podcast, man. I knew it was going to be a good one. I'm about to go back and listen to it right away.
Dude, it's been a minute. It's been a while that I haven't done this. The last time I did it was in Espanol with
Ariane.
Yeah, that was the last one I did in Spanish. But I always love doing this. And when you reached out, Daniel, hey, yeah, let's go ahead and rock and roll. No problem. So thank you guys for the invitation.
Hey, dude. Yeah, thanks for being on here, man. I think you and I are overdue for JVing on a land deal and for getting some steaks.
Yes, we have to. And I'm gonna send you guys that multi so y'all can look at it. I'm being okay.
Yeah, right away, bro. That would be dope. I think we can get that one done
for sure.
So if you want to listen to the episode in Spanish with Ariane, it's episode 162 with Manny Cash. So está en el español. Se puede ir al episodio 172.
62 or 72?
62.
Oh, 62.
62. See, I get my 70s and 70s all mixed up.
70 is 70, yeah.
It sounds the same to me. So go check out the episode. Let's see, we got one more comment. Let's see that last comment we got here. Oh, it says run it. With that, we're going to end it.
The show is sponsored by The List Guys. Do you need more leads in your local or virtual market? 1 in 10 small businesses don't invest in any kind of marketing. The List Guys have over 35 plus list types to choose from, and you can mix and match any list or criteria. We also use the skip trace list and provide up to 7 numbers and email addresses. Every list you purchase will be scrubbed against previous purchases. The List Guys are here to save you time. Contact the List Guys today at www.onelistguys.com. That's www.1listguys.com.
Appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for listening to this episode. If you found value in it, go like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Have a great day, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks, Manny.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.